but it was a funeral home at the time. I am the assistant to a real estate broker. It's a big white Victorian home. It's got the columns in the front. It's inviting in a way, but at night it has a different feel to it. It has a very eerie feeling. It's scary. It literally has scary movie written all over it. There was one night I was at the office by myself, and I start hearing footsteps. First thing I'm thinking is, Phil must have came in, I didn't hear him. Phil is one of the renters upstairs. He's in and out a lot. Me, I have to check. I go halfway up the stairs, and I'm like, Phil, calling him. No answer. So I go back downstairs, sit down. A little nervous, try to ignore it. But I start hearing the shuffling of papers. That's when I started panicking. The phone rings, and it's Eleanor, my boss. And I'm telling Eleanor, I'm hearing these strange noises. She can hear the panic in my voice. She tells me to go upstairs, but I won't. I'm like, there's no way, I'm here by myself. I go, I'm gonna go check the parking lot, stay on the phone with me. I go run in the back, look outside, and there's no cars. No, my car's the only one. Then that's when I heard the door slam. That's when I really started to panic. I was scared, my heart was beating so fast. And there was a black flash that literally went right past me. And my head followed it. I didn't even know what to say. It was so fast. I mean, I literally felt something. And I get chills just thinking about it because it was so real. At that point, I'm like, Eleanor, I'm sorry. I am out of here. There's no way I'm staying here to even know what is up there. My name's Melissa Tanner. I've been interested in the paranormal for most of my life. My ghost story began when I went to the building that Shannon works at. So some friends of mine and I had heard of this place. So we contacted the owner and asked, hey, would you mind if we came? And she's like, no, that'd be great. We showed up at night with our cameras that are equipped with the ability to see at night. As soon as you walk in the building, you just get a sense that there's a presence there. My friend Marcy and I decided to go to the second floor of the property since that's where a lot of the claims were. We went into one of the most active rooms. When Marcy and I were upstairs, we were hearing sounds like footsteps, doors closing, which was all matching up to the claims that Eleanor and Shannon had reported. I decided to set the camera on the floor and just let it roll. Marcy actually thought she saw a shadow. So we left the camera sitting there to keep filming the doorway to see if we could actually capture anything. Marcy and I decided to go in the basement. It's a big basement, but it's broken up into rooms. And she thought she saw like a shadow walking at the far end of the basement. We were there at the building for several hours, videotaping and taking digital recordings. And then what we typically do then is take that back and review it later. So when I started watching the information or the data that we had captured on the camera, we were like, what did we just get? You know, this is so cool. We do this stuff all the time and you don't get evidence all the time. This white object that looks about like a barbell or a dumbbell. It starts off further away from the camera, and as it gets closer to the camera, it seems to get a little bit larger, maybe 3 inches in length at the max when it gets the closest to the camera. It almost looks like a barbell type shape, where it's like 2 circular patterns connected with a bar, and then it gets kind of bigger as it comes towards the camera and then goes into the floor. It's almost like it comes to do a little bit of investigation itself of, okay, what is that on the floor there? I am not used to seeing that in this room. And so it kind of got curious and decided to approach it. When I saw the second video, it's just very compelling because you actually see this object. I saw this ball of what looks like light comes from the far end of the basement,
kind of in a circular pattern, swooping off. It's a similar pattern. Instead of up and down, it swung out and around through the glass door and then comes in front of the camera. This ball of energy or light, if it was a bug or dust of some sort, it would not have been able to make it through a solid glass door.
I knew Melissa had contacted Eleanor, and I was kind of curious about what she might have seen, heard, any kind of evidence that she might have found. But part of me didn't want to see anything. I was afraid if I did see something that I wouldn't want to go back to the office. I would no longer want to work there, and I didn't want that to happen. I will never work alone in the office at night again.
I was very shaken up. There was someone standing